Hi, it's Steve from Sales Strong with another video on how to build a world-class sales team. Today's topic is on the key to unlocking your team's full potential. Now, I travel all around the world working with thousands of sales teams, and if I were to suggest to you that actually only a very small proportion of those sales teams are up there in the high performance area, the vast majority are average sales teams, and there is also a proportion down here that are low performance, I'm sure this wouldn't be a surprise to you. This is a normal distribution for any kind of team. Now, if I actually turn the word performance into the word potential, we get a much more interesting model. Now, the model being here that actually we have the majority of teams have the potential to be high performing teams. A smaller number will be average, and then a very small number down here would be low potential in that way. Now, to unlock all of that high potential and turn it into high performance, the first thing that you actually need to do is, as a sales leader, reflect upon your own performance and look at whether you're creating an environment in which your team can thrive. Because ultimately it's down to the leadership of this team as to whether they're going to thrive or not thrive. And there's a disappointing truth that we know from some research done by Blanchard, which is a massive 81% of people feel that their leaders don't listen. Only 34% meet with their leader once a week, and 28% never discuss future goals, and 82% say their leaders don't provide appropriate feedback. So before we start concerning ourselves with the fact that our team aren't performing to the high potential, we ought to look upon ourselves as leaders of those teams and say, are we performing to the highest of our potential? And there are 5 things that I think can help you to unlock this potential within your team. The first one is coaching that team effectively. There is nothing else that has such a lift on a sales team's performance as the ability of the sales leader to coach them effectively. The second one is making sure that the results that you're hoping to achieve, both from an input and an output perspective, are dashboard and shared with the sales team on a daily basis so that everybody understands whether they're winning or losing. These should be very simple dashboards and something that I know will change behaviour. The third thing is making sure that you build a team that collaborates with each other. There's an old joke that the oxymoron is sales team because there is no team. It's all about the individuals and their own results. Actually, if we can encourage an environment in which people are happy to collaborate with each other for mutual success, then we find that we get significantly better results. The fourth one is refocusing your own time on those activities that really support your sales team's success. Because again, I find a number of managers are sucked into a world where they're having to report and they're being distracted by many daily tasks that actually get in the way of them running their sales teams effectively. And the final one is to role model and encourage a culture of continuous learning and development. It never fails to surprise me when I ask the question of salespeople, when was the last time you studied anything around improving your sales performance or even read an article or a book, that many of them say they haven't, certainly haven't in recent months, some in years, some never. And yet, like any other profession, if we could encourage a culture of continuous improvement, we'd unlock so much more of the potential that there is within that team. Now, if you'd like to have a chat about this topic in more detail, then please contact me, steve@salestrong.co.uk.